Good afternoon, farmers. Welcome to Mwalimu Kahodhia ornamental birds. And today I want to teach you, those people who don't have the know-how, how you can be able to production of goose. Like the one I'm holding here. This is just a small one. This is a gosling around 3 months old. And you can see how big he is. This one is a male. So I know many people didn't want to go into this business of goose farming, but they don't have the technical know-how of how you can be able to do it. But in this short video, please make sure that you stay up to the end, so that you'll be able to grow and produce these birds. Birds that are very lucrative. You can hear the parents making noise behind the camera here. So when you look at the farming of these goose, one thing that you need to know, let us for example look at when you begin their production. When for example you decide, I am assuming that you have now ordered a male goose and a female goose. And the requirement, the construction of their shelter is even simpler than that one of hens, because goose generally they don't have a lot of small predators. The only predators that you should be afraid of are the mongoose that attack them when they are young. So, and I'm assuming now that this one is really bringing problems here. So these goose, they don't have a lot of requirements. So when they reach around the first day, they are hatched the first day. What do you need to do with them? What you need to do is that the first 18 hours of their life, they don't need extra food and nutrition, because they feed on the yolk that was remaining in their eggs. Then after 18 hours, what you need to do is to provide them with what we call as the starter crabs. These ones, you can purchase them commercially. They are not expensive. And then you provide them with a lot of clean, fresh water, which does not have contaminations. And this clean water is supposed to be provided in shallow containers, very small containers, such that they cannot drown in those containers. And then of course the gander and the goose, that is the male and the female, together with the young ones, what you call as goslings, you put them inside a small shelter like that one of the hen can occupy. And then you can add vitamins in that water. Those ones you also purchase them, and after around 1 week, this is from my experience, the goslings can now be able to feed on vegetations such as skuma wiki. You can cut them into small pieces, cabbages. But at this time, it is not recommended that you graze them out in the open, because they are highly susceptible, especially to the rainfall. When it is very cold, they can actually die from the cold. And if you don't feed them very well, I've seen cases where they die because of starvation. 24 hours without feeding them, then they are going to die. So between the first day and the 7th day, and up to the 14th day, let them feed on the vegetation. And then once they reach around 6 weeks, then you can be able to release them out into the open, where they can feed on the grass. And then at night you can supplement them with the starter feeds. In my case, I usually use the starter crabs up to the time they are around 2 months old, to make sure that they grow to be very healthy. From a 2 months old gosling is very large if it is fed properly, and from there on they can be able to graze out in the open together with the other mature goose. So from the age of 2 months up to the time that they mature, they can obtain 80% of their diet from the grass. You can also substitute or supplement the grass with the grains such as maize. Yeah, you can use even vegetables such as the cabbages, sukuma wikis, but primarily goose are herbivores. So from around the 7th to 8th month, depending on how you are feeding, that time your goose are supposed to be mature. They can now start mating and reproducing. So if I have left any detail, please feel free to contact me and ask any relevant question in my YouTube account. Thank you very much. Have yourself a nice Sunday, farmers.